Niggas know I got that cheese from the 5, homie. They don't want no smoke with me from the 5, homie. Don't leave home without my heat from the 5, homie. Yes, I am my soul 5 shit.
Agony.
All right, we back. We back for another episode of Rich Cars for Broke People, but it's going to be a little different this time. I'm actually in, I'm actually in the middle of getting all of this camera, microphone situation right. So this is a test video, if you will, for pretty much quality as far as sound and video. But I wanted to take y'all through a list of the cars that we're going to be going through and basically just put y'all more in tune with my brand, the channel, what's going to be on the channel, what the brand is about, um, what it means. A lot of people don't know what Alta Vida means. It's just high life for Spanish. I ain't really want to put high life because it's a lot of negative. It's a lot of negative perception on the word high life, and I don't necessarily just mean indulging in extracurricular cannabis activities. I also mean eating well, living well, being knowledgeable, being wise, wearing the nicest clothes style. Whole reason I even created a brand. You don't really ever get to see the back of the shirt, just the back of the shirt, 2-piece. I'm gonna have so many drops and stuff coming. This is just the first drop. I kind of want this one to be the flagship. So later on it'll be like a collector's piece because a lot of these pieces I do with clothes is just gonna be one and done. I'm a fly guy, so I got a lot of creativity and ideas, but let me not get off on a fashion tangent because we'll be here all day. And I will touch on fashion a little bit throughout the video, but we more or less here for the list of cars because if you like me, there's always a few corny dudes in your neighborhood and they'll fly past you in a C300 Benz or a baby Jaguar or the Tesla, the baby Tesla, the Tesla, like the most basic Tesla. They think just because they got the Tesla, it's like you lit. No. So basically, I'm here just to run down a list of cars that's fire. Because if it was just about having a foreign car, I would just say, yo, go get the Benz, the Beamer, or the Audi this year, between this year and you lit. No, it don't really work like that because when I started getting into cars, I automatically wanted a Beamer, Benz, something like that because I always thought that was the nicest stuff. And once I started getting in some of these Benzes and all of that, I'm going to the car lots and I'm getting in it. I'm like, this all that's in here? Like, why I got this baby screen? Why these seats like this? Why I don't do this or do that? It don't even got cool. So it just made me, and then I'm getting back in a Ford. That's what I had at the time. I'm getting back into my Ford and I'm like, my Ford lit, seats plush, heated seats, cool seats, wind shades, all of this. And then I seen that there was a even better trim of the Ford that I had that had massage seats. And I'm like, this isn't a Ford Taurus? The Benz didn't even have this. None of the Benzes had this until I got into the S550. And now I think they starting to put them in more like the E450. I don't know if they make an E350 no more, but you get what I'm saying. So basically, the high life just means doing everything with class. Go eat the Wagyu. Go treat yourself to the filet and not just the New York strip. Life is short. You ain't got to go to Longhorn all the time. Go to I don't know, Benihana's a thing no more, but go to Roof Chris. Go to, I wouldn't even say Steak 48 because that's one of those things that it got popular on the internet. Now everybody want to run there. And that's another thing. That's why I'm making this channel. Because my whole thing is style, right? And I don't really like to follow the trends or the waves. I kind of like to make my own waves. You hear me? So like granted, you might see me in something that everybody wears. I'm not saying like I'm totally unorthodox or something like that. I'm just saying more or less I got my own style, and not for nothing. I think I'm a lot flyer than a lot of people that I run into in real life. Doesn't matter where you from, here, there, anywhere. Square from Delaware, it doesn't really matter to me. So I say that to say you can go shopping at TJ Maxx and be flyer than a guy. Like I always tell people, right, it's a difference between fresh and fly. You can get fresh every day. You could go on Gucci, get the Gucci shirt, the Gucci shorts with the Gucci slides or the Gucci sneaks, and you fresh, you lit. Can't nobody tell you that you know, but at the same time, you kind of dress like a mannequin. There's no creativity in it. There's no style, and it's not like people always say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. And I'm not gonna mention no names, but it's a because y'all not gonna know what I'm talking about anyway. A lot of times when people do YouTube, they stay focused on their local neighborhood, and I'm trying to shy away from that. Even though some of these examples I'm gonna give you is from local bozos from my neighborhood. But of course, I'm not gonna say their name either. The last thing I'm gonna do is give one of these guys a reason to get on the internet and try to cyberbully me from 10, 20 miles away from me, and they don't want to get up next to me. So we're not on that. Part of being the high life is avoiding and deterring from anything ratchet, ghetto, violent, unless you absolutely have to. We carry ourselves with class around here. You pull your pants up around your waist. You stay groomed and clean cut. Just because you dirty doesn't make you tough. That's another thing. But anyway, back to the fresh and fly situation. You could be fresh. You can go get the Nike Tech with the Air Force Ones or a pair of J's, and you're fresh. And I'm gonna tell you a secret in case y'all didn't know. Dudes who wear Nike Techs all the time, that's because they can't dress. They scared to go wrong, so they playing it safe. That's a safe bet. That's more of a laundry day fit though. But again, a lot of people may be offended by some of the things that I'm saying in this video, but I'm just putting y'all on to like the high life out to vida, you understand? So I'm not saying you dirty or you can't change your ways. I'm saying like don't think getting a new Nike Tech fit is like fly. You fresh if it's new, but you're not fly. That's like a laundry day fit. You understand? To people who really do this and be in the fashion and like drippy and all of that, that's like a laundry day fit. That's like a I'm running to the car wash type fit. So please don't be offended by some of these words. Take this more of a educational video, if you will. You understand? So, like I said, I'm reintroducing y'all to the mission. I'm taking the intermission to reintroduce y'all to the mission because it just got off to a shotgun start. I kept telling myself, yo, I ain't waiting. If I keep waiting, I'm never going to do it because I'm a perfectionist. I like everything perfect to the T. So I just said, let me just start throwing them out. And then once I start throwing them out and I seen, all right, the quality is trash. Like, come on, you can't be representing the high life and coming like this. You gotta come. So I'm like, all right, cool. So basically, this is a test video for sound and quality and a brief intermission. Brief intermission. The weather's been wild crazy out here. It was 50 degrees. Then it's a blizzard. 2 weeks ago, snow was up to this here. I'm only this big. It gets crazy. So we just gonna take a minute, slow it down. I'm gonna put y'all on to some cars, and we just gonna go in order from top to bottom. I got a laptop. I'm trying to be fake bougie, but my eyesight's going bad. I'm type old, so I'm gonna put y'all on. This list right here is showing me McLaren, Cohen, Seg. I'm not even gonna get into that because I'm sure a lot of y'all don't even know what a Cohen Seg is. I do, but that's just because I'm in the cars. And I'm not saying this. Please don't take nothing what I'm saying offensive. I'm not saying it like anybody watching this video stupid. I'm just saying it like you may very well be ignorant to the card. You know what I mean? So I'm basically going to go through. Let me just use my phone, right? Because we're just going to start from top to bottom. Now, Alfa Romeo, right? That's technically where it starts at. I'm not really a fan of Alfa Romeo. It's one of them cars that, like I was just telling y'all about, you get in it and it's not really that many features and it's not even quick. The same engine is from the baby Jeep, not even the Grand Cherokee. It's from the Jeep Cherokee, just the regular one. It's a 4-cylinder, so it's not even quick. It got leather and stuff, and it's made in Italy, I believe, but whatever. But it is technically a luxury car. But there is one that I think is fire, so I'm gonna start with that. It's the Alfa Romeo SUV. It's called the. And if I mess up some of these words, I already told y'all in the video I'm delayed. So don't even get in the comments saying, "Oh, you don't even know how to pronounce it." I know I don't know how to pronounce it. I ain't never said I was a rocket scientist or had a crazy GPA or none of that. But I got mad wisdom, knowledge, and when it comes to style and fashion, I'm like top tier, like God tier when it comes to style and fashion. So basically, they got an Alfa Romeo. It's called a Stelvio. That. As far as Alfa Romeo is concerned, that's it. What's next on the list? Audi. Now Audi, I told y'all how I feel about Audi, but if y'all got the new Audis, you lit. So if you get the Q8, and mind you, this rich cars for broke people. So obviously, don't jump in the comments and say, "Yo, bro, there's a RSQ8." I know there's a RSQ8. If you can afford a RSQ8, you probably aren't concerned with rich cars for broke people because that second part most likely doesn't apply to you. Okay, so Audi, Q8 lit. Um, A8s L lit. Uh, the A5 I reviewed is cool, it's cute and all of that. Would I really consider it bossy? No, but the reason that I reviewed that for y'all is so y'all had an example, so y'all could see like this is an Audi, this got this in it, and the other Audi, my old car, the A8. I showed y'all that so y'all can see the difference between the newer, smaller Audi, the older, bigger Audi, and then later on I'm gonna review an A8L, and that's the one that you want if you get an Audi. So the Audi Q8, the Audi A8, um, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's pretty much it for Audi. Like they might look cool and all of that, but outside of them two, yeah, it's quiet for Audi because yeah, I'm not saying Audi's the rest of them ain't nice cars or bossy cars. They're kind of expensive. Audi's an expensive brand, but it's like buying a polo white T-shirt. It's like polo. Ladies, if there's any ladies watching this, y'all may not know what I mean. But all the fellas know that the polo white t-shirts ain't even really good quality. Soon as you wash them, you got the crazy bacon neck, sleeves get wild tiny on them. It's just not nothing that you wash and reuse. And if you get to the point where you could just wear a polo tee once and throwing it out, kudos to you. But for now, yeah, I'm not really a fan of buying packs of polo tees. And throughout these videos, I'm a low key put y'all on to how you can tell if a person is fronting or not or lying about. Like I be running into dudes, they be like, "Yo, all I wear is polo." Do you own a crib, dog? What is you pulling up in? Somebody said that to me that one time. They was like, "Yo, all I wear is polo." You don't got a car, gang. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, back to the list. Okay, so where we at? Audi. Okay, let's go to Benz next, right? Because a lot of people just automatically assume if you in a Benz, you lit. No, 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 no. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it don't really work like that. So, S class, S550, lit. Top of the top of the top of the top of the top. Big dog, you understand? Everything you need, bossy, Wall Street. You ever go to Manhattan? That's all you're gonna see is S550s dropping all around. It's like everybody there got an S550. Okay, cool. S550, S450, that got crazy features in it. It's more of like when you pull up on big dogs, you got the S450, they gonna look at you like a puppy, but that's super bougie people. Like, trust me, I ain't gonna say I grew up around. I spent some time around dudes from New York, and when I tell you they is the most materialistic, fake bougie, and when I say fake bougie, if you from there, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're fake bougie. It's just a term. But anyway, they super materialistic. Like it's crazy. It'd be in the PJs and all that, pulling up in chunky toys. Like what? This doesn't even make sense. Make it make sense. But okay. Anyway, back to the list. That's a problem. I be rambling and I start getting sidetracked, going off on tangents that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Okay. Back to Benz. They got let me make sure I get it right. Mercedes got a GLB SUV. Now if you get the souped up one, is lit. But that's the only one. Then they got the GLC coupes, right? Now, they're more the girl version of the GLE coupes, but if you get the GLC coupe, the big one, I think it goes to GLC. I don't know, but the big GLC coupe, it's an SUV that kind of looks like the BMW X6s. It got like that sloped back. They call it a coupe. I just call it coupe. They literally spell it the same way. It's just one of them things. It's like
Jay Quellen. Where's Jay Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here? Yeah.
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay. So that's how
that
it's gonna
type of
be.
vibe. Anyway, the GLE SUV. Now, if you get the big GLE SUV, I think it's like the 600 is a Maybach, so I think it's like 500 or something. You gotta get the top one though. If you get the low one, you just getting one of them. You one of them people that's just getting a Benz to say you got a Benz. You don't really got nothing crazy going on in there. All right, what else they got? The GLE. Now the GLE is the only one that I'm gonna say it doesn't matter if you get the small one, the middle one, or the big one. They all super bossy. They got nice features. They got a 43, a 53, and a 63. Me personally, I like the 53. The 63 is kind of a little bit too big for me, but I would get the 63 just because that's the biggest one you could get. I'm that type of guy. I'm fake bougie, you understand? Okay. GLS. The GLS is good too. No, that's the one that is a Maybach, the 600. GLS top one, cool. What else they got? Cars. The E class, you get the E class, the 450. That still got a whole bunch of nice features in it and all of that. And CLE coupes that will. You're not really gonna be a broke person and can afford that, so we just gonna leave that out of there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Mercedes. So for Mercedes, you got the S class, the 550 or the 450, and I'm saying 550 and 450 because the year that a broke person like me and you can afford is only gonna be in the years where they make the 450s and 550s. Because right now Mercedes makes S580s and S680s. So I'm telling y'all the class like between like 2015 and like 2019 in between there. That's the sweet spot. You get that perfect, and they got all the pretty lights in there, massage seats. Don't worry, I'm gonna review it for y'all. And these cars that I'm naming are all cars that I'm gonna review too. So these are the cars that you want to get, but these is also the cars that you're gonna see on the channel later on. All right, where we at? I don't know. We only on Benz, and it's looking crazy. Okay, BMW. BMW don't got a lot, so don't even worry about that. This is not going to take long at all. X5, if you get the 50i, yeah, that got a nice situation in there. The X6, obviously, you know what I mean. You get the X6, the 50i drive, yes, and the X7. The X7 recently became a car that qualifies for rich cars for broke people because the value of them things dropped so much. Like you could have like a 500. I ain't gonna go that low. You could probably have like a 580 credit score, go in there and probably put like 3,500 down and leave with a car that was over a buck and some change when it first came out off the lot. And they got all the features, safety features you gonna need and all of that. So, you know, with the cars, if you get a 5 Series, the bigger version of the 5 Series, you lit. The 7 Series, obviously, and BMW is kind of like Mercedes, so they make an i7 now. That's the That's pretty much the 7 Series. But if you get a 740, 750, 760, between like same as the S class, 15 to 19, you could probably even go up a little higher at BMW because they're a little cheaper than Mercedes. So more or less, yeah, that's where it stops with BMW. And you know, them M8s, they started off at like $140. Now you could probably get them for like 40, 50 bands. So you could come across a S8, I mean a M8 and the 650i, the coupe. That's a good one too. All right, what we going on to next? Hold on, I'm gonna try to speed this up for y'all because I don't be liking these videos to be wild long. What else? Cadillac. Ain't a lot with Cadillac either. If you get the CT, I think it's the CT6, obviously an Escalade if you get the big boy. But I'm gonna tell you something about them Escalades. You can get an Escalade, you can afford to get the Escalade, but the maintenance on that Escalade might be a little crazy. And that's another thing when it comes to making these financial decisions about these cars. Rich cars for broke people, it's kind of like under the big picture of the channel is like basically this is just a small step in financial decision making and being responsible. So it's like I'm breaking this down and telling you about these cars, but you got to take in you got to take in mind the maintenance, the gas, because all of these cars that I'm talking about, they take premium gas. So if you ain't ready for premium gas, don't even jump into this class because yeah, that extra little 30, 40 cents, it makes a big difference. I went from putting 20 in, getting maybe like half a tank to putting 20 in, getting quarter tank, maybe less than a quarter tank sometimes. So just be prepared for wild gas prices and be prepared for them to tell you that your oil change is like $1.50 to $1.60. Understand what comes with some of these cars when you get in them. But the good thing is if you take care of them, a lot of these cars don't need maintenance as much as regular cars. Like the Audi A8, you get an Audi A8, you get an oil change once every 10,000 miles and you good. So that's like once a year, unless you drive a lot like me, and then maybe 2-3 times a year. But either other way, okay, Cadillac, they got the XT6, they got the CT6, the souped up one. And wait till I review that. Oh, y'all love that one. That one, I'd rather have that than pretty much every Benz. Not pretty much every Benz. Give me the CT6, the with the executive premium package with the TVs in the back and all of that, and the turbo boost. I'll take that over a Benz any day. Okay, what comes next? Uh, let's just jump around. Range Rover, because a lot of people think getting a Range Rover just means you lit. Please, and Range Rover they don't make cars, so this would be extra quick. Range Rover only got like 2 wheels. That's good. And to be honest, as far as maintenance and reliability and all of that, if I was y'all, I would just stay away from Range Rover because and they're owned by the same people, or maybe they bought keys, something like they're them and Jaguar are owned by the same people, and Jaguar is completely garbage too. Matter of fact, we might as well just cover Jaguar right now. If you don't got the XJ, which is the car, or the souped up F Pace, just leave Jaguar alone because they're garbage. Like they are super garbage. Everything about them is garbage. Okay, Range Rover, they got the autobiography. That's fire. Um, they got the Range Rover Sport, and my favorite Range Rover. If I was going to get a Range Rover, I would get the Velar. It's the one that's kind of like it's kind of sloped. It's not like an X6, but you'll know it when you see it. It's like a slightly different shape than other Range Rovers. Anything you do not get the Evo. Now, all right, and another thing, disclaimer: if you 25 or younger and you watching this, any 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 Range Rover's lit for you because you young, you a YN. So the fact that you even got that type of badge and that's what you driving, you cool. Same for Audi, being all of these cars. If you 25 and younger, this don't even really apply to you, because if you got any of these brands and you 25 or younger, salute to you, because I sure enough ain't had one when I was 25 or younger. All right, so we got Jaguar out the way, Range Rover out the way. Let's do Tesla. Obviously, Cybertrucks is lit, but again, this is rich cars for broke people. So if you can afford a Cybertruck, you're probably not considered a broke person. So, but Tesla's another one. The price is dropping so much that now you can get the fire Tesla. So you can get the Tesla Model X with the doors that go up, like the Back to the Future car. You could get that car for cheap. Look, here's one right now, 117,000 miles on it. 2016, it's only $14,000. So you go to the car lot, the down payment on that might be what, 1,500. You drive a Tesla for 1,500 down, maybe like 300-400 a month. That's good money. I'm not personally into electric cars. I ain't got time to be sitting on no charger all day, but I do like some of these Teslas. The Tesla Model S, which is like they big boy flagship car, that's cool. You can get that right now. The Y and the 3, again, them is like female cars. Just stay away from them. Unless you get the souped up one that goes 0 to 60 in like 2-3 seconds, then yeah. But other than that, stay away from them. What else? We did Range Rover, we did Jaguar, we did Tesla, we did Mercedes, we did BMW, we did Cadillac, we did Audi, we did Alfa Romeo. Let's do GMC. Nah, you know what? We're not even gonna do GMC because GMC is not even really a luxury. Oh, let's do Lincoln. We could do Lincoln real quick. Now, Lincoln is lit. Lincoln is what really got me. Let me tell y'all this. Lincoln is owned by Ford. Ford was the first car, like I was telling y'all, I had a Taurus that had way more features than pretty much every Benz except the top ones, like the S4 550, 450, so on and so forth, etc. Right? Ford was the first car that I seen, but I didn't know that Ford owned Lincoln at the time. So then I got a Lincoln, right? My first quote unquote luxury vehicle was a Lincoln MKZ. I put $1,000 down for this car. It had heated seats in the back, ambient light, heated and cool seats. The screen was, everything was flat, like there was no gear shifter. So I had this probably like almost 10 years ago now. Yeah, probably about 10 years ago now. So going on 10 years, like 8 years ago now. But man, when I tell you this car was special, special. And then I got a black one that parked itself in. Oh, when I found out a Lincoln MKZ parked itself and Mercedes and Audi and Beamer and just all of these things didn't, I was pretty much done with that section of foreign cars. I was like, oh, they're trash. You got to pay all of this money and they don't do this. But I got this baby Lincoln and it do this. So anyway, back to the list. Lincoln, you get the Nautilus for the SUV. They got an MK. Let's see, the Aviator. Obviously, they got a MKX. I think it's called. MKX is lit. For the cars, like I said, the Lincoln MKZ. They're all good money. But the one I had that parked itself was called the Black Edition or the Black Label Edition. Oh, it was beautiful. It had a big glass roof that slid off. If I can find one of them, I'm gonna review it for you too. I'm definitely gonna review a MKZ, but I'm gonna try to find the exact one that I had because that is a special car and it was hybrid. You turn it on, you could barely hear. It was like a cloud. It was a special car, special car. Somebody T-boned me. Some Rasputia looking Karen T-boned me, and then when we got out the wheel, she was like, "Oh, my fault." Da, 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 da. And then obviously when the insurance company called, me being young and naive, I took her at her word. She said it was no big deal. And when the insurance company got involved, of course she denied it, blamed it on me, the colored brother, and you know how that go. Anyway, back to the list. Lincoln, yeah, the Lincoln Continental. But this is the thing about the Lincoln Continental. You have to get the fully trimmed out big boy. I think that's called the Black Label Edition too, or it's called it's a reserve, and then it's the reserve is the basic one. Whatever the bigger one is, you have to get that. If you don't get that, that Lincoln Continental is garbage, like womp womp womp, garbage. So um, where else we at with it? I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered enough to let y'all know like what's lit and what ain't lit. As far as I'll do a few more of these later on, like every maybe like 10 videos. I get into more brands, because every car brand there's the get that one, don't get that one, get that one, don't get that one. And I was gonna go through the whole list today, but this video will end up being like 2-3 hours long. So I think we'll end it right here. Um, yeah, next time we'll do Lexus, and no, we could do Lexus now. We could do Lexus now because I like Lexus. Lexus gets a bad rap as far as like being a luxury car, but more or less, um, they are a luxury brand, and not for nothing, they win more awards than a lot of these other luxury brands. They won most comfortable ride over Rolls Royce. So yeah, Lexus ain't nothing really to sleep on. It's not like no, but Lexus gets a bad rap. Like Lexus. Okay, so for the cars, right? The GS. I remember back in the day. Like I said, I ain't gonna say nobody names because it's not even really a shot at him. It's kind of like, a shot, like a shout out, like bigging him up and all of that. But some dudes is real sensitive, and the last thing I want to do is get into a back and forth because I shouted you out on a YouTube video and you feel like you Jay-Z or Obama don't talk about you. So but somebody from my neighborhood had a Lexus back in the day, fire. Like I gotta, you know what I mean, tip my hat to him. Not for nothing. It was really like that. He had like the best wheel in the neighborhood for probably like 10 years strong, pretty much until I started getting wheels. Again, not a shot at nobody, just is what it is. But yeah, the GS lit, and the LS 500, that's the one. But the 300 is cool too, especially if you get like a 2018, 19. They look just like the 500, just a little bit smaller, but they clean. They look real sleek. Okay, and for the SUVs, the LX is bossy, but I do not like the LX. The LX is like them Infinity QX80s, them big Infinities that look like a tank, like a short bus or something. Oh, I hate them car. Oh, I hate them cars. I be wanting to slash the tires. But anyway, they like that. I don't like them, but they like that. And then the RX, the big RX, because they got a small one too. It looks weird. It looks like they went for like a futuristic look, but couldn't get it right. It just looks odd. But the big LX, or no, I said LX. The big RX, that's lit too. So yeah, man. Like I said, until next time, thank you for tuning in. Again, close the brand Alta Vita. Any clothes you need, any sneaks you need, tap in the Lux House. We got you. Summer's coming up. We gonna have some of the most fire drops I'm talking about, especially for my area in the 717. Y'all not gonna get this type of stuff unless y'all going to the city, or unless y'all going to the city, any whatever. When I say the city, I mean New York City. A lot of people, when they say the city, they mean Philly, but whichever direction, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Jersey, somewhere, that's the only place you're gonna be able to find these type of clothes. So tap in with us, Lux House 717. Until next time, I'm your host, Grip, aka Ballin' on a Budget, Bob for short. And I hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, hype this video, turn the notifications on, because I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep doing it. We getting better and better. And I put out them little videos. The quality is gonna be much better. The sound's gonna be much better, and we're gonna really start getting into the good cars, the Sadies, the Beamers, the Audis, and all of that. Trust me, I got y'all. I just had to get y'all acclimated to the channel first. Throw a couple Jeeps, little basic Audis in there, but trust me, we got that coming, you heard? So, like, comment, subscribe, tap in. Until next time.
Niggas know I got that cheese from the 5, homie.